are the obvious features of what constipation could be. And constipation could range from missing a day or 2 days to some people going once in 2 weeks, which is an awful scenario for that kind of person.
So once in 2 weeks, and they're still eating 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, but living in discomfort, living in some kind of dread of, when is this going to empty? So that's the one aspect of constipation, and that's the frequency. The other aspect is to understand why that constipation is happening. So the reasons for why a person will not eliminate successfully at least once a day could be multifactorial.
So we'll talk about one or two of this, right? So, but in terms of the definition, would you say that constipation clearly is a condition of the digestive system where hard feces are difficult to expel? I mean, is that the simple definition, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
very clear definition, that.
Right, so we were leading into what are the potential causes of constipation.
Yeah. So the fundamental reason for why constipation will happen lies in the actual mechanics of how the bowel functions. So the bowel then is a hollow muscular organ. It's made up of smooth muscle, and its basic activity is that it rhythmically pulses this motility. In other words, the way the bowel contracts and relaxes in a rhythm, and it gently is moving the contents of the bowel toward elimination at the anal end. Now, if that smooth muscle becomes altered in its function in some way, and the commonest cause for that to happen is in fact stress. So you can think of the bowel, the small and the large bowel, as a second brain. Turns out that every neurochemical that you would find in the brain is also found in the gut. And the gut is one of the first organs to develop embryonically. So when you are developing as a fetus, this is the one organ that develops very, very early on in the unfolding of how a fetal development occurs.
Right.
And so the effect of this smooth muscle becoming altered in some way is very often related to fluctuations in these neurotransmitters. So one of the neurotransmitters that are produced in the gut is the substance called serotonin. So you'll find that when serotonin levels are very low, that the smooth muscle becomes floppy and over-relaxed.
So what causes low serotonin levels?
Well, often it's stress, rushing around a lot, not resting enough. Also suppressing the natural urges, like if you want to go to the loo to pass, say, urine, but you hold it right until you get home 4 to 5 hours later because you don't want to use the public toilet.
Right.
That will start to affect the serotonin levels. Stress is the biggest player in terms of how serotonin levels drop. So one of the effects of that is that when your serotonin levels are low, the abdomen will distend. It almost looks like you're pregnant. And some people say, gee, this is like by 5 o'clock, my tummy is out there. And overnight, if they rest enough, the serotonin levels build up and the abdominal distension goes away. So this low serotonin is one of the causes of constipation. But this is quite an erratic type of constipation. It goes away, reappears, and it can go on and on like that as long as the stress persists.
So some